Dwane, in terms of ball movement, was that as happy as you've been in quite some time?
It really was. The guys shared the ball with 31 assists. And at the end of it, we made shots. We made 18 threes, 18 for 43. That was the difference in the game. It was such a differential in the free throw attempts that we had to make it up some way, and we did with the three-point shooting.
On his relocation after the catch, he seems like he's been really working on that, but he gets a good clean look off that pump fake and one little step over. What's he done to make that big step?
Rod, and it's sad to say this, he was doing the same thing when he was at the start of the year. Those shots, just for whatever reason, were not going in. You can look at his shot attempts early, same side steps, same plays, same spot ups. Sometimes guys need to see it go through the basket. And I think that's what helped his confidence and belief in his shot, that he hadn't forgot how to shoot the ball.
One game out of 82, but to get a win on the road against the champions, just looking at those confidence.
Well, just what I mentioned to Rod, confidence is a huge thing. It's fleeting. You can have it one game and lose it the next, but I see guys growing, their confidence growing. Kid like Sadiq, kid like Hami, have some good games, some good runs, and now they can string it together in certain situations. With Hami going there, finishing at the rim against Antetokounmpo, Sadiq shooting the ball the way he is. Those are byproducts of the really, really good basketball they've been playing in the last few games. Even though we didn't come out with wins, they still were playing good basketball. So I think the confidence level for young players is something you really can't put your finger on. But I know with Sadiq seeing the ball go through the basket, Hami scoring the way he did, Josh coming off the bench scoring the way he did, is a byproduct of just believing that they can compete in this league.
You think they'll be able to pass up to the Pistons kind of 2 weeks when everyone comes back and you get something analysis?
Well, hopefully it does. I think getting our guys back, the log jams, is you can't play everybody big minutes. That's the tricky thing. We talked about that earlier. That somehow, some way, we got to make sure everybody fits in the role, which they did tonight. Sadiq stayed in his role. Hami stayed in his role. Josh came off the bench in his role. I thought Justin Robinson played a big-time game in his role off the bench, handling the basketball. So it was an excellent team win, and everybody kind of seamlessly went into their roles tonight. And now the key is we're getting Jeremy back in whenever he comes back, and then Kelly back and Isaiah back, and now continue to get everybody in that role, in their groove.
Josh seems like he got to sort of, before he entered protocol, kind of teetered in and out the rotation a little bit, for him to come in and score.
It was great. It's great to see. It was great to see Josh come out after being out of the rotation a little bit. But he came out tonight and played, shot the ball extremely well. But his defense also against Antetokounmpo was really solid too. So he had a good all-around game. And, again, competition is great for everybody. He and Hami are kind of competing for that position, and which is good for them and good for the team.
I was going to ask you about Justin Robinson. I feel like he played all of the fourth quarter, if not most of it. Didn't turn the ball over too much, I don't think at all. Solid defense. When did you know you would ride with him for the rest of the game?
Well, it was just his comfort level. I've always felt like players that come back against their former teams play well. They play with the edge, a chip on their shoulder a little bit. But the young man, he's been in the league now, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it's been. He's confident in his role. He didn't get rattled, didn't turn it over, missed some wide open looks, made one. But all around, I like his composure. And you need that alongside K when they put their best, probably one of the best point guard defenders in the league in Drew Holiday. So we needed somebody in there next to K to kind of take the pressure off him a little bit.
The past couple of weeks, we've seen where you guys have been there, you had a lead to a point that you just couldn't hold off the run. But it seemed like every time the Bucks made a run tonight, you guys were able to answer, get a three, do something else to stem that, and you never let them get too far ahead where you couldn't catch them. What did you think was different tonight in that?
Well, again, experience. Been there so many times, so it's got to turn at some point. Guys been in the same situation. Here's a turnover there. Here's a turnover here. Miss shot here. You drop your head. Team's going to make runs in this league. But it takes that being in that position so many times as a player to be able to handle those minutes and handle those situations. And tonight, I thought we did probably one of the best jobs of holding off the team that was trying to make a run, even though we had a 7-point lead, 9-point lead. Didn't feel like it was enough because they'd come down and score, but we would come down and answer. So that comes through experience. I thought Cade was cool down the stretch, even with a guy like Drew Holiday, which is not easy. So it takes that composure. I thought Justin Robinson gave us some of that composure, down the stretch.
Every game matters, obviously, but for this team, I mean, you have an overtime win against Spurs Saturday night, and then they come out and play a pretty solid 48 minutes against the defending champs. Games like this, like they kind of.
It should give us confidence, and it's not going to change the world. We still got to go to Charlotte and play against Charlotte as a young team Wednesday night or whenever it is Wednesday night. Then we got the Grizzlies who just went into Brooklyn to beat Brooklyn. So not easy. Growing in this league is not easy, but this is an excellent step for us to take against the world champion, who is probably, I said before the game, one of the most balanced rosters in the league. Thank you.